of Stillborns. It's an event happening at the UGMC. Yes. We'll be talking about it, why it's important, and we have visitors not from within this country, from outside the country. Our very first guest has joined us in studio. We are hoping that I understand one more lady will join us in studio for the conversation before we conclude. I'm joined in studio by Charlotte Van Nolo.
Yeah.
Yes. Right. Okay, great. She's an obstetrician gynecology nurse from the Netherlands. I hope I got that right.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Thank you. Nice to see you in studio, and good morning to you.
Yeah, thank you.
How long have you been in Ghana?
For 3 days now. 2 days? Yeah, 2 days.
First time in Ghana?
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
How are you finding the country?
Yeah, special. It's great. It's a beautiful country. So much different from what I'm used to. But yeah, it's beautiful.
Have you been to any other African countries before?
No, never.
First time in
first
Africa?
time to Africa. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, okay. And what is bringing you into Ghana?
Sorry?
Why have you decided to come to Ghana?
I was asked to come here. My boyfriend, he does a project here.
Okay.
To make a glove line, to make latex gloves from the latex from Ghana itself. And he came into conversation with one of the doctors here about how we preserve the memories of stillborns. Okay. So that's when the ball started rolling, and that's why I'm here.
So the conversation started with a doctor here in Ghana about how to preserve the memory of stillborns.
Yeah.
Why is that such an important thing? Because typically in Ghana, when you have a stillbirth, you don't even get to see the baby. All you know is that where you had a stillbirth, they bury what is left of the baby quickly, and then everybody moves on.
Yeah.
Why is this an important discussion?
Because it's important that mothers and even fathers see their baby after birth. Until about 30, 40 years ago, we did the same thing in the Netherlands. Okay. Stillborn children were removed from the sight of the parents quickly after birth. Because they thought that not seeing your child would prevent you from getting attached to the baby. So they say that it makes the grief more to see the baby. And now we do different in the Netherlands. We show the baby. We share what we see. We share the baby with the sight of the baby with the people around us. And it makes, because we talk about it, we see that it makes the grief easier to, it makes it easier for parents. We back then didn't know, we thought we did good, but we found out that it's different.
So 30 years ago, you were just doing exactly what we're doing here?
Yeah, we did, yeah.
Has this new approach helped really? Because like you said, the idea is that already the parent is grieving the loss of a child that they've been expecting. But when they see that child, it only worsens the grief. You're saying that you show it to the parents?
Yeah, we do.
Does it help?
It does help. Yeah, it does. It's hard to imagine if you're not used to it, but I can see I have... last week, I had a stillborn baby of 27 weeks. And we showed it to the mom. And she was proud. She was so proud of her baby boy. And she told me, I'm not sad. I'm just proud that he's here. And she looked at him with every toe, at every finger. And she became a mother. Even though it was her first child, I can see, and she told me, I became a mother. And we have to acknowledge that.
Is that it? You show them the baby and that's it? What else do you do?
We do more. Because it's about preserving the memory of a baby. you have something to hold on to. We make footprints of the baby just by stamping the baby's foot. Gives people something to hold on to and to memorize that they had a baby. And what we also do, and that's pretty new even to us, because we started with that in 2015, is putting the baby just in water. Just plain water and ice to keep the baby, to preserve the baby for, in our case, a few days until the funeral or the cremation. What we found out by doing that is that babies become even more beautiful. How do you call it? You can see that they change into how they were when they were in the womb.
Okay.
Because when they're born, they're soft and floppy, and they're not as beautiful. And if you put them in water, they fill up a bit. So they look like small babies. They're not scary to look at. They turn out beautiful.
And of course, if you just join us, we're talking about stillborns, and I'm sure we're reminding some of you of your experience. You may have gone through it. I don't know, because what I know happens in Ghana usually is that you don't get to see your stillborn baby. They are having an event where, in fact, they want us to follow the Netherlands example of preserving the memory, honoring the memory, at least showing the baby to the mother, if the father is available, showing it to those who are close to the parents at that time, and then keeping that memory going. But grief takes time.
It does take time.
Takes time. Do you provide any psychological help?
Yeah, we do.
What do you do?
Yeah, as nurses we do. It starts from the moment you diagnose the stillborn. But even premature babies that die, we make memories.
Okay.
We have organizations that help us with that. That take the pictures. They take beautiful pictures of the babies, and because we use the water method, we're able to take beautiful pictures.
I see. And which types of, because there you were talking about premature babies. So it's not only stillborns.
We don't only do it with stillborns. We do it with you have the babies that are stillborn. You have the babies that die quickly after birth. Okay. But we also preserve those with the water method.
You'll be sharing all this with us at the UGMC today.
Yeah.
At the event. Is everything ready, and who can be part of this event?
There are midwives, nurses, student midwives. I guess about 100 people are coming. Okay. So here's to see if we can do different. And I'm aware that just with us, it takes time. Okay. It's not something you do with the blink of an eye. You change the whole thing, because with us we also had to change laws. We had to, because it does take time. But you have to start somewhere.
So you understand this is the beginning.
This is the beginning.
Very first move.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, okay. So maybe we'll be done with this move and see. But for you in the Netherlands, I don't know if you have a history of when it was first proposed as an idea that we should change, and how long it took for people to come around and agree to it.
I've been doing this work for about 22 years now. Okay. When I started, things were a bit different. We would show the baby, and then the people would bring it home, or it went to the morgue. Okay. We don't. In the Netherlands, you have the option to bury or to cremate. Okay. A lot of children were cremated, and that's something that was arranged by the hospital. and parents would get when the ashes were scattered.
Yeah.
The parents would get the coordinates of where that was done. There was a doctor that had a sailing yacht, and he would do it at sea. Well, if parents wanted that was okay. But because there's so much more awareness on how important it is to acknowledge that you had a stillborn baby, and to be able to talk about it, it grew more important, and there are so many more possibilities now. There's a difference between children under 24 weeks gestation or above 24 weeks gestation, because when they're under 24 weeks, by Dutch law, you're not obligated to bury or cremate your child, but you can take the baby home. You can bury it even in your own garden, or you have to ask permission from the person you want to the land you want to bury it on. After 24 weeks, you're mandatory to cremate or to bury the baby, but you can also register the child. And now, since 2019, we're even able to retroverse children that were stillborn under 24 weeks, and to put them into your marriage license, even. So even the babies under 24 weeks can be acknowledged as being born and being a baby. Yeah.
I see. So I realize that this event honoring the lives and preserving the memories of stillborns is being organized by Little Stars and Angel Babies. Is that your organization?
No. It was the title of the presentation.
Okay.
Because we call our babies that are born, we call them Little Stars or Angel Babies. Okay.
Little Stars or
Little Stars, yeah. We call it sterrenkindjes. In the Netherlands, we're not really religious people, but we do want to give the stillborns a name, and don't always call them stillborns, but we call them Little Stars or Angel Babies.
Well, the event, like I said, is happening today. 10 a.m. prompt. That's why she's in studio early, is to go and prepare for. You are the main speaker for today?
Yeah, I guess, yeah.
Are you ready for it?
Yeah, I am. Yeah.
And of course, today, and it will be at the University of Ghana Medical School. They have a conference room called Kolebu, the Kolebu Conference Room. I was a little confused because Kolebu is here. And I'm sure you've been going around and visiting some of the hospitals.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you've already had interaction with some nurses on this. How are they receiving it when this proposal is shared with them? What do they say usually?
They feel that it's necessary to see if it will work here. If there's
so they're open to the idea.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, especially the nurses that had stillborns or deceased children themselves.
Okay.
They felt that they, at least the ones I talked to, felt that they missed out on. You're not supposed to talk about it. It's in the past, but it's always in your heart. And we.
So you're seeing people share different opinions.
Yeah, I can see that because. When it's always has been like you don't talk about it, it's in the past. What's done is done. I can imagine that it has to. It takes time to change. To change that. That's why it took us 30, 40 years to change that.
Great, nice to have you in studio, and I wish you all the best. Today's event, it was nice, and I hope we'll get to have this conversation once again and see how far this goes, the proposal, and how the nurses do take it, those who are in charge of the health sector, how they receive this kind of proposal that you are selling to them.
Yeah.
Nice to have you. Nice to have the gentleman in studio, because all this started with you, I believe. How long have you been in Ghana?
I am in Ghana. This is the third time now. So totally, I have been here for 12 weeks.
12 weeks.
12 weeks totally this year, and
Okay.
I will become a lot of more when
Okay.
I'm building more.
Oh, so
machines.
you come and go.
I come and go. I have also a company in the Netherlands, so I
okay.
have to run it. But I am hired for a big project here in Ghana to make latex gloves
Okay.
to use in hospitals
Okay.
with your own latex from your own farms.
Okay.
And that is the first factory in Ghana who's using their own latex for
Okay.
their own end products to fulfill complete West Africa for the latest gloves from Ghana.
I see.
So how beautiful is that? A lot of people gonna work in a factory. So it's a beautiful project.
Well, perhaps we'll have the opportunity of talking about it. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Nice to you. And quite nice to see you, Charlotte.
Yeah.
I wish you all the best. Yes. So Charlotte will be speaking at this event today, honoring the lives and preserving the memories of stillborns at the UGMC today at 10 a.m. And I'm sure, even though it may be fully booked, you can also go and listen to it if you're close to the area. Go and listen to the proposal they are putting forward. But if you've had a stillborn before, you know somebody who had a stillborn before, you know that once they are done, once they see the baby has died at birth, all they do is take it out of the mother, and nobody ever sees it taken. Only the nurses see the baby, and then they go ahead and bury it or whatever they do to it. They are proposing that this should change. What should have is that once you have a stillbirth, show the baby to the mother and to maybe the father or whoever is available with the mother before, and make memories of that baby before you go ahead and bury them. Well, we'll see how that goes. Thank you once again. Well, is this the Gold Morning Conversation live on Radio Gold 90.5 FM?
Yeah, it's no Zika, baby.